Ji, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you joining us today from UAE, Pakistan and indeed across the world. I am Talanwar, I am the Chief Sales and Distribution Officer of Meezan Investment, and I am honored today to moderate this session of Sharia-compliant investment opportunities for overseas Pakistanis and foreign nationals. In addition, today's program has been organized by the two organizations, PBPC, Pakistan Business Professional Council UAE, a leading voice for Pakistani business professional in Emirates, and Al Meezan Investment, the largest asset management company of Pakistan and the premier Sharia-compliant asset management company. So before moving forward, let us begin the program with the Tilawat Kalam-e-Pak. So Safi, please start kare.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Ameen ji. As today's program is basically focused on the overseas Pakistanis, so I just wanted to highlight the importance of overseas Pakistanis in Pakistan economy, as they are the backbone of and the lifeline of our Pakistan economy. Like in last financial year, they have just remitted more than $30 billion in terms of remittance. Last May number was around $4.2 billion, in which around $1.2 billion remitted from the Pakistani communities based in UAE. So you can see the role of Pakistani community in UAE, more than 30% their contribution in the Pakistani remittance. In addition, the latest, the last initiative of State Bank RDA, we have received more than $13 billion. So जो पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटीज का जो हमारे साथ सपोर्ट है, जो पैट्रनेज है फॉर पाकिस्तान इकोनॉमी, वो बेमिसाल है. और आज का जो प्रोग्राम है वो भी हमारा फोकस जो है सारा वो इसी के ऊपर है कि जनरली वो पैसे तो भेज रहे होते हैं, बट क्रिएशन ऑफ वेल्थ जो है वो पाकिस्तान में नहीं कर पा रहे होते, या उनके पास वो इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं होती हैं. So before moving forward, I would also like to introduce the speakers of today's session. Dr. Kaisar Anis Saab, he is the chairman of PBPC, Pakistan Business Professional Council UAE, a leading platform connecting Pakistani professionals in Emirates. Then we have Mohammad Iqbal Naseem Saab, he is the president of PBPC. He is also basically bridging the gap between the Pakistani communities and the Emirates business opportunities. Then we have Mr. Imtiaz Gadar Saab. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Al Meezan Investment and leading the Pakistan largest asset management company with more than 2 decades of experience in investment management and capital market. He is also the CFA charter holder. Then we have, last but not the least, Mr. Mohammad Raza Saab, the Group Head of General Services and Customer Support of the Pakistan leading and the premier Islamic bank, Meezan Bank. Mashallah, plus he's also played a very vital role in promoting Islamic banking in Pakistan since more than 2.5 decades. So ये तो हमारे स्पीकर्स का ओवरऑल इंट्रोडक्शन था. जो प्रोग्राम का एजेंडा है, टू स्टार्ट विद डॉक्टर कैसर अनीस साहब. आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट डॉक्टर साहब to share his thoughts. So फिर हम इसको प्रोग्राम को फिर हम इसी तरह आगे लेके चलेंगे, and in the end inshallah taala we will conduct the Q&A session for this program. So Dr. Kaisar Anis Saab, over to you.
Thank you very much, Tala Saab. Thank you so much, Talanwar Saab, for good introduction. And I thank Al Meezan Investment Management Limited for organizing this event. And it is all the interest for Pakistani, overseas Pakistani, and even non-foreigners, and even the companies, as State Bank recently allowed everyone to join and take the benefit. So, on behalf of the Pakistan Business Professional Council Abu Dhabi want to welcome you to this exclusive webinar on Sharia-compliant investment opportunities, as organized in collaboration with Meezan Investment Management Limited, Pakistan's leading Sharia-compliant asset manager. I would like to thank our honorable speaker, Mr. Imtiaz Gadar, Chief Executive Officer of Meezan Investment, Mr. Muhammad Raza, Group Head General, Services and Customer Support, Meezan Bank, Mr. Talha Anwar Saab, Chief Sales and Distribution Officer at Meezan Investment. Today's webinar reflects our ongoing commitment to bring credible, high-value financial knowledge to our participants and the wider community all over. I would like to take this opportunity to briefly introduce our council, the Pakistan Business Professional Council Abu Dhabi, established in 2004 and registered with the Abu Dhabi Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is dedicated to promoting trade, commerce, investment, strengthening UAE-Pakistan economic ties, and supporting overseas Pakistani through professional development, networking, and collaborative initiatives. We are honored to have His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Barak Al Nahyan, Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, as our patron-in-chief. He has a lot of investment in Pakistan. PBC Abu Dhabi has been a strong advocate of the Russian Digital Account, RDA, since its inception from 2020. Our support for any initiative that will benefit overseas Pakistanis in protecting their investment, earning income, and keeping their foreign funds in foreign currency. With your Russian Digital Account, RDA, you can easily invest in Sharia-compliant mutual fund through Al Meezan Investment with convenience, confidence, and fully digital access. Our objective today is to explain Sharia-compliant investing in a simple, practical manner, to highlight the ethical, transparent, and asset-backed nature of these investments, and to guide overseas Pakistani and foreign national and companies on how to invest digitally and securely, to showcase the strong performance and governance of Al Meezan Investment Management Limited. Key benefit of opening your RDA Russian digital account is a quick paperless digital account opening, operable by you and your family in Pakistan. Avoid currency risk, keep funds in US dollar, GBP, Euro, Abu Dhabi Dirham, Saudi Riyal, and other currency, and you can convert only when needed to Pak rupee when you want to use. It gives a return, Islamic return by 7% annually or term-wise. Or even Pak rupee, it gives 11% or in term-wise, and it is a very high return compared to other returns. Always active, it is trusted by more than 1 million overseas Pakistanis, already benefiting from RDA, which they have been operating since 2020. RDA is now open not only to overseas Pakistan, but also to foreign nationals. So I'm just addressing to them, if they want to have a Sharia-compliant thing, which is the best investment, which gives falah to everyone, you should invest on this Sharia compliant, and especially for institutional investor, I'm requesting them they should look into it, and widening their global participation in Pakistan's ethical financial system and ecosystem, and you will gain the return. Summary on the Russian digital account is 936,000 or nearly 1 million account, you can say, and the cumulative US dollar inflow is above 13 billion. And US dollar 312 million inflow in May only last. And Islamic NPC is equal to US dollar 1.2, the largest investment category now. With the Sharia compliant investment offer a unique blend, ethical principle, lower speculative risk, long-term financial stability, lower speculative risk and stronger, which is great, governance, and asset-backed portfolio tied to real economic activity. They are grounded in real economic activity and provide a disciplined, responsible approach to wealth creation. We have seen a significant rise in participation from overseas Pakistani who value the trust, performance, and convenience offered by AI Meezan digital investment platform. Likewise, foreign nationals are increasingly exploring Pakistan's Islamic finance sector, one of the fastest growing in the region for its strong Sharia governance, competitive return, and the diversification's benefits. In the Pakistan Stock Exchange, you can invest in Sharia-compliant investment, and the return you receive are generated through profit sharing rather than interest. This allows the investor to participate in the market while staying aligned with the Islamic financial principle. The update of all participation and listener being from 1 January 2027, all conventional bank accounts operating in Pakistan will be converted to Islamic banking. This transition will directly affect profit earning. At present, conventional deposit earns around 10.5%. But under Islamic banking structure, this is expected to adjust to approximately 6% to 7%. So this is the time to make decision and act fast. This makes now an important time to review our conventional banking arrangement and assess how this shift may impact your financial planning. It's a key takeaway from today's webinar and something worth acting on promptly. And Meezan Investment is there to support you in this session. Through this session, you will gain clarity on why Sharia-compliant investment are a smart and principled choice, how AI Meezan has become a trusted platform for global investors, why both overseas Pakistani and foreign nationals are choosing to invest in Pakistan, ethical in financial ecosystem. I encourage you to engage actively, ask questions, and explore how this opportunity can support your long-term financial goal. Thank you for joining us today. I wish you an insight and productive session ahead. I'm sure Meezan Investment, they will summarize you more in detail, and this part, you will take a lot of good ideas from this, and you have to act fast as early as possible to protect your investment. You have to bring your investment to the optimum wealth. You have to see every time that your assets and your cash is earning properly and rightly by Sharia compliant. And this is my last say. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening, and best wishes to everyone. And
Thank you, Dr. Kaisar Saab, for sharing the great insights and thoughts. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Imtiaz Gadar Saab. So, Imtiaz Gadar Saab, over to you from Al Meezan Investments.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much, Tala. And thank you so much to the Pakistan Business Council to really allowing us to be a part of this initiative. And it's great to connect with the diaspora. And I hope this session will be useful for the participants. What I'm doing now is just sharing a brief presentation so that we can have some numbers in front of us. Tala, do let me know when my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible, Imtiaz Saab.
Yep. Can you see it in the full screen mode now?
Yes.
आप भी अपनी वीडियो ऑन कर लेना.
So what we've done is we'll try to do is just touch upon what is the Pakistan investment case, and as Dr. Saab was highlighting, that we'll also touch upon it from the angle of Sharia compliant investments and why they have made sense over the years. But since the topic is really about Pakistan, I think the Pakistan investment case has to be seen in the lens of this rebound that we are seeing over the last 36 months. We internally call it the resurgence story. And I think the resurgence story is really being underlined by the macroeconomic priorities being set right. In Pakistan, we've seen this ambition of trying to chase too much growth too soon over a number of years, but over the last 3 years, it seems that stability has been made as the number one criteria. Obviously, this is something that cannot continue forever. We will need to transition. But I think over the last 36 months, the way this stability has played out is also something that has really got Pakistan a lot of appreciation. The numbers reflect this stability where we've seen that the GDP growth has remained around the 3% mark. Yes, we keep hearing about the need to take this to 6%, but I think that should be taken in a gradual manner. And because of the fact that we've kept our ambitions in check, what has happened is that the inflation has also remained single digit.
वो
The
जान
government
मुझे
has
तूने
been
भेजा
able
था मैं
to
बायो लगा दिया
maintain wide real interest rates, and rising foreign exchange reserves is also something that has worked really well in depicting the decorum of stability. This performance has obviously been also appreciated not just by capital market participants, as you see in the stock market performance and how Pakistan is in the positive headline, but also about the credit rating agencies and how their reports have incrementally gotten positive on Pakistan, and also the international debt market. And I think the pillar that has really underpinned this resurgence has been the policy discipline. Where the policy, there again, a lot of criticism can be made on the other policies that could have been better, but credit where it's due. In some places, the policy discipline has been very impressive, and especially what we've seen in the privatization, that after 2 decades, we saw any worthwhile privatization happening in the form of PIA. And there is also work that has happened, maybe not very visible to the normal observer, but there is work that's also been done on the energy chain to make it more sustainable. So all in all, what has happened in the last 3 years is that we've come out from what was a state of economic survival. I think Dr. Saab also mentioned this in our pre-call, that we were really in a stage where economic survival was the priority. We have come to a stage of stabilization, and now the real next goal is to take it to sustainable long-term growth. So again, not just chasing short-term growth, but sustainable long-term growth. But here, obviously, the challenges will be, one, maintaining this policy discipline, because we've seen at times that political considerations start taking over after some time. So that policy discipline is going to be important. And again, needless to say, it's a very volatile global landscape as well, which needs to be factored in. So just in terms of the directional stuff that I mentioned, to be back it by numbers, I think the headline number that has caught the most attention is definitely the inflation numbers. Again, when we say that inflation has been tamed, doesn't really mean that prices have come down, but yes, definitely we have to appreciate that the pace of increase has been controlled remarkably. It was 30% plus inflation a couple of years ago. Now we're talking about single digit. Recently, I'm sure everybody who tracks Pakistan must have seen that inflation has gone to double digits. But we also have to take in account the fact that Pakistan took a conscious decision that we were going to make availability of fuel possible. There was clearly a policy that would have been taken that some of the other economies took, that let's curtail the supply of energy molecules, but we did not take that call. We made sure that sufficient energy was available in the system. So that is something that that has reflected in recent CPI numbers. But as we saw in the last monetary policy, it seems that inflation, despite the spike, is relatively under control, and State Bank decided to maintain the policy rate. The other area that has been really good is building the foreign exchange reserves. That's always been a weak point for Pakistan, that whenever we have exuberant growth, we start running short on dollars. But if you look at the last 3 years, from a stage where we were at 3 billion reserves to now having 17 billion reserves, I think that's something that's worth commending. But having said that, not to take an eye away from what needs to be done more, is that we need to shift this reliance from debt to more investments. And that's something we'll talk about as we go forward. Similarly, on the current account as well, we've seen that the government has been able to maintain a tight discipline, where the proceeds from remittance and exports is where they've tried to cap the imports. So they've not gone overboard and not tried to import more than what they have available in the system. But again, this is also something, because as we said, that gradually this will have to be loosened up. We will have to go towards a growth trajectory as well, because the kind of population growth we have and the kind of new workforce that is being available. So some growth will have to come in the system. But for now, measured growth seems to be the right strategy. Similarly, on the fiscal front, obviously tax correction is something that has a lot of upside, but also worth appreciating is that the primary surplus, where if you deduct the debt repayments and stuff, so the primary surplus is now being positive for a number of years, and even the new budget talks about repeating that performance and having a primary surplus in the positive zone. These are just the macro numbers. I'll not go into the exact nitty-gritties, but this is just a snapshot for anyone who wants to see how this how the macro numbers have trended. As I was saying, in 2023 you will see a 29% inflation. In 2024 you're seeing 23%, coming closer to 7% in FY26. But again, now moving away from the numbers, just looking at the opportunity, why Pakistan as an investment destination makes sense. What are the considerations that we need to keep in mind? Obviously, one is the massive scale. I've already spoken about the population. It becomes a demographic double-edged sword, because obviously at one point you have a big market for any goods and services that you're producing. But at the same time, you also have to make sure that you keep unemployment under check. One thing that makes the case look worse than it actually is the deceptive income optics. Because if you look at purchasing power parity numbers vis-a-vis our reported per capita income, you will see that our purchasing power parity has actually grown faster than what you see in the nominal per capita. So obviously that means that the underlying opportunity is stronger. These are the formal numbers. Then there is this whole concept of the informal economy in Pakistan that keeps domestic demand and resilient consumption keeps going. Under penetration, anything you pick up, whether it's automobiles or you pick up mobile, you pick up internet penetration, we have still got a lot of catch up to do. So that is very good news for any businesses that are investing in Pakistan. And the digital leap is obviously making it much more easier to reach out places where it took a lot of time, effort, brick and mortar to reach out. Now with the digital leap, that has become much more easier to do. So despite all of these negative headlines, what has happened is that Pakistan corporates have been able to deliver consistent profitability and cash flow growth. And as investors, that is something that you should be looking at when you analyze the Pakistan investment case. In Pakistan, we always talk about that, it's more than the investment case. Sometimes the narrative case is something that is the bigger challenge. That the narrative case makes it more difficult. So if you look at some of the things that we keep hearing and compare it to the reality, because I think that reality check is important, that some perception goes out to international investors, both individual and institutional, is that political noise is something that will distort corporate performance, and hence the returns and asset prices will be impacted. But if you look at the history, faces have eventually not mattered. Yes, there's always short-term noise, but eventually it really boils down to macro stability being the holy grail for both corporate performance and for asset prices. Similarly, we get a lot of questions from even local investors, international investors, that the market is already up 4.5 times. It used to be 40,000 in 2023. Today it's what, 180,000. So, is it already expensive? But if you look at the valuations, the PE still stands under 8 times earnings. And that is something that puts Pakistan at a 40% discount to peers and below Pakistan's own long-term historical average. If we are able to navigate this current scenario properly, I think that's an area where you could have massive upside, because there's no reason that Pakistan should trade at such a big discount to regional peers. Similarly, another myth that we keep facing is that if I invest in Islamic, my avenues will be limited and hence my return could get impacted. But if you look at the long-term track record, which I'll also discuss on the next slide, it has actually outperformed conventional equities. So again, one, we do Sharia-compliant investment because it is part of the belief system. But having said that, we also want to make sure that people don't feel that it comes at an undue cost. And if you look at equities, it has proven that, abiding by Sharia-compliant practices, it has not had a negative impact on your return. In fact, on the other side, it has had a positive impact. Similarly, the currency is another area that gets a lot of criticism, that, okay, why should I invest as an international investor in Pakistan if currency risk is going to eat away all my returns? So yes, that might be true in small windows, but if you look at the longer term trend, the Pakistan market has actually outperformed all of its peers in US dollar terms over the last 5, 10, and 15-year horizons. Similarly, historic inflation cycles, that's, I'm sure, something, as sitting in the UAE, I'm sure you keep hearing back from your family that inflation is really been a big challenge in terms of managing. But again, when you put on the hat of an investor, then obviously that inflation also has certain upsides that come with it in terms of profitability and top line growth. So that's something that needs to be kept in mind when you're looking at Pakistan as an investment destination. Some of the things I mentioned on the previous slide are here just written down. One criticism that we always get is that you guys try to show the equity market performance by using arbitrary starting points. We put in everything here: 1 year CAGR, 2 year CAGR, 3 year, all the way up to 10 years. And if you look at all of these returns, they've all been very, very impressive returns for any asset that you would have invested in. The price to earnings multiple, as I said, it's still below 8 times. So that's something that is still an upside in terms of your valuation re-rating. The Islamic angle that I was discussing, if you look at it, the percentage returns of KMI 30, for those who don't know, KMI 30 is the benchmark index at the Pakistan Stock Exchange, which tracks the top 30 Sharia-compliant companies. That's the most followed benchmark for Islamic equities. The most followed benchmark for overall market and conventional equities is KC 100. And as you see, KMI 30 has actually outperformed it over the longer term horizon with a nice 1.5% spread if you do it in the Islamic space. Similarly, on the dollar side, the bottom right hand graph shows you the superior dollar returns versus the region. A bit of it on the debt market. Again, some people do have this question. I'll not go into too much details on this, but one thing that needs to be kept in mind is that it's something that's not discussed too much, but the local debt capital markets are also very attractive in terms of the liquidity access and the ability to do better trades, especially if you want to take debt exposure on Pakistan and you cannot do it in the Eurobond market because one, it requires a bigger scale, and then there's no size. So, but there is a very attractive local debt capital market as well. Similarly, just from a very NRP angle, especially if you're part of the UAE, it's one of the biggest sources of remittance for Pakistan. Expats in UAE are sending back $8 billion plus home in terms of remittances. That's a great contribution that you do to the economy and your family. But really, I think there is a lot of space to take it to the next level. Is that where your parents built Pakistan with their own hands. We say that for the current generation of expats, you can build it with your capital. You can become part of this journey and you can become part of the turnaround that is happening in Pakistan. And as the tagline says, the remittances probably pay for today, but equity builds for tomorrow. And that's not a substitute or a compromise on what you do for your family. It's a proven and trusted way of building generational wealth for your family if you convert part of those remittances or top up those remittances with some investments as well. How do you access it? Obviously, for someone who has got the knowledge and the time, maybe you can look at it in terms of direct investment. But generally, as a rule, what we've seen is that a person who's obviously got some day job to do as well while he's in the UAE, away from the ground, so might have a view on the macro, but is usually better off delegating the micro to professionals in terms of what to do on a day-to-day basis, how to put the asset allocation, and how to trade the markets. In terms of expat Pakistanis, obviously, Roshan Digital Account is a very convenient way through which you can access the mutual fund market. Raza Bhai will speak after me and obviously run you through how you can access the mutual funds and also how you can do other things through the RDA mechanism. So I'll leave that to the expert, which is Raza Bhai, but I'll move forward and just give you a very quick run through of Meezan Investments. Tala mentioned that we are, alhamdulillah, the largest asset management company in Pakistan. When we talk about the importance of Sharia-compliant investments in the Pakistan ecosystem, we take a lot of pride in the fact that in an economy that's still pretty much conventional, it is going to turn Islamic in 2027 if all goes per plan. But at this point, it's a conventional economy, and the largest asset management company in Pakistan for the last 7 years is a Sharia-compliant company. That just shows that Pakistanis, on an average, in terms of their personal investment decisions, do prefer the Sharia-compliant angle, and it's something that's got a lot of demand in Pakistan. In terms of our background, we have a 31-year track record. Alhamdulillah, we are backed by Meezan Bank and Pak Kuwait. In terms of our management rating, it has been the highest management rating for a number of years now. And in terms of the investor base, alhamdulillah, we are now very close to touching the 600,000 mark, which is the largest investor base that's in Pakistan. To put it into perspective, the total number of investors in the Pakistan Stock Exchange at this point is somewhere around the 530, 540,000 mark. Alhamdulillah, Al Meezan's alone unit holder register is larger than all of PSX. So that's something that we're really proud of, and also shows the demand for mutual fund investments and especially for Sharia-compliant mutual fund investments in Pakistan. That's our vision. What we want to really do is take a long-term strategic view and seek to deliver investment returns for you with acceptable levels of risk and consistent value creation. And as the last line says, that's our guiding principle. The Sharia compliant has to be first and foremost. Just a quick snapshot on how this has happened in the last 2-3 years. We put in the PKR return and the dollar return as well. So whether you look at it from a 1 year or 3 year horizon, investing in Pakistan equities has really turned out to be a good trade in the last couple of years. But even if you look at the fixed income investments or the debt market, that's also not been too bad. And again, one of our flagship funds, which is called the Meezan Gold Fund, that's also done phenomenally well, and it really gives you a way of taking exposure to the gold market on a liquid basis, on a very small ticket size basis as well. This is something that we highlight a lot, especially to international investors, is that if you take the route of investing in a pension fund, a VPS is a very unique product that's available in Pakistan, but gives you a unique power of uninterrupted compounding, where there is no dividend payout in the interim. So there is no tax liability that accrues during your investment period. Your money, along with your profits, keeps compounding, and the tax implications only kick in when you are taking out your investment at the end of the return cycle. And our calculations suggest that if this is done right, you can add additional 30% to your savings if you go investing through this route. And after understanding the tax implications and the other implications for this, but this is something that we encourage, especially overseas Pakistanis, a lot, to look at it from a purse of money that you will come back to one day in Pakistan, and till then it will enjoy uninterrupted compounding. How do we go about this process? Obviously, it's very customized as well to a great extent. We sit down with you, we understand your specific goals, time duration, your age, your risk appetite, and then give you the required portfolio that matches your return. It's not a one size fits all. It has to be, designed with the way where we feel that this is what is suitable for you and your goals. And this is a dynamic process. So it's not necessary that what your goal is today will be the same 5 years later, and that might require a balancing of the portfolio. That's something that happens real time. And once you've invested, the way to track it and way to interact with Meezan, just as is the requirement these days with everyone, there are multiple channels through which you can interact with us and make sure that all kinds of transactional needs are also met through the mutual fund piece. So that brings me to the end of my prepared comments. Obviously, we'll be taking questions at the end. But over to you, Tala.
Thank you, Imtiaz Saab. A very comprehensive overview about the Pakistani market and the economy. The most interesting part I've seen in your presentation is the 247% return dollar base from Meezan Islamic Fund, which is very attractive for any overseas Pakistani, because you see, if anyone invested 3 years ago in Meezan Islamic Fund, which is the largest Sharia-compliant stock fund of Al Meezan Investment, then obviously he has made 2.4x from his or her investment. So this is a very brilliant performance from stock market, and obviously, as you said, the fundamentals are very right, and still there is an opportunity for growth in the stock market. I think yesterday, market again crossed 180,000 index, which is very phenomenal and a great numbers in terms of the peer markets also. So anyway, I will not take much time, and I would like to invite Mr. Mohammad Raza Saab, the group head of Meezan Bank in terms of customer support and general services. So he will update us about the RDA and the banking solutions in terms of overseas Pakistani. So Raza Saab, over to you.
जी औज़ुबिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. All praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who's the Lord of all the worlds, and uncountable peace and blessings on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is the presentation on screen right now?
Ji, Raza Saab, it is visible.
It's visible. Okay. Before I go into the presentation, let me just tell you a couple of things. But before that, I'm really grateful to Kasser Saab, Imtiaz Gadar Saab, and of course Talha for the talk and for the discussion. This RDA is a 6-year-old product. This was launched way back in 2020 when the world was in deep crisis of COVID. And it was felt that physical presence for any person is not viable, and that was a time when Pakistan took this initiative. State Bank of Pakistan was the key driver. They took this initiative of launching this Roshan digital account. What I've seen is that this is one of the most dynamic products as far as I'm concerned, as far as the banking is concerned. A product which has been transformed from a normal account to now a wealth management tool or wealth management product. It was launched in 2020 just to ensure that all those non-resident Pakistanis who live outside Pakistan, they're able to open their accounts and they are able to bring in their amount, their funds in Pakistan with a very strong feature that they can repatriate the same amount at any point in time. That was it. That was the only feature available. But the transformation which has happened during the last 6 years has converted this account into a wealth management tool. Now it's an investment opportunity for the people who lives outside Pakistan, and we have seen that during the last 6 years, a lot of new features have been added to this product, making it more viable, making it more attractive, making more investment friendly. And I've been a very strong partner for all the webinars which have been happening during the initial part of the launch. Almost more than 40 webinars which were conducted by me, and I really felt this change, this transformation which happened, and the new features which were added. And very recently, for the year 2026, another feature has been added, and I think that is a game changer. And that feature is that historically or traditionally, this product was only available for the non-resident Pakistanis, all those Pakistanis who live abroad. But now, with this change during this year, 2026, now this is also available to non-resident Pakistanis along with foreign nationals as well as entities. So now, not only the non-resident Pakistanis can open this account and invest in different opportunities, but the foreign nationals also have this opportunity. And I'll talk about this, that what is in for them. But just a last point before I move towards the presentation, that this product over the last 6 years has seen many ups and downs. And during the initial days when you used to do these webinars, the launch webinars, there was a fear factor which the participants normally exhibit, that they feared that what would happen if there is a change in government, what would happen if there's a policy change, will their amount will be still be safe. And fortunately, all those webinars were attended by senior officials from State Bank of Pakistan, and at all point in time the answer was that yes, it is safe, it is a sovereign backed, and whatever happened, this amount will be backed by the State Bank of Pakistan and the government of Pakistan. Alhamdulillah, we've seen during the period of 2022 and 2023, when people were really afraid that there was a change, there was a change of government, and people are afraid that maybe this product will not survive. But Alhamdulillah, despite the change in government, this product is not only survived, but it has come up with new features. And the latest feature, I think it's the game changer. Let me tell you, this is something which I was not expecting, that this product would be offered to the foreign nationals and the foreign entities. So let's talk about this. This product, as already mentioned by Kasser Saab, and that to date, 935,000 accounts, almost close to 1 million accounts, have been opened in RDA. More than 121 countries from where these customers have opened their account. And the good news is that almost $13 billion they've come in through these accounts, which is like a remittance. And the important part is that if you see that it was launched in 2020 and it's like 2026, so it's 6 years, just over $2 billion per year. And for Pakistan, we go to IMF for $1 and $2 billion. So this is such a big opportunity. And considering that we only have a million accounts, close to million accounts, and as the data says, we have around 10 million NRPs living in different parts of the globe, and out of that, only 10% they have opened their account. So the opportunity is still there. We still have 90% untapped NRPs who can open their account and who can send their amounts. And other than that, now we also have the foreign nationals. So if they open an account, I personally feel that this amount annually can increase to $3 to $4 billion, and that is something which can really help Pakistan a lot.
Raza bhai, can you start the slideshow also, because it's not working here?
Okay, it's not working. Okay, let me start once again. Is it on now?
Yes, it's okay now.
Okay. Okay. And the good part is that since this is a digital account, so there's no physical presence required. Anyone who fills the form, uploads the documents, the account, if it's an individual or a joint account, it's open in the next 48 hours, which is in 2 days. And if it's an entity account, or it can be opened in 5 days. So it's as I said, secured and government backed. So that is one of the very strong features of this account, that and this has really helped us in promoting this account. So it has secured digital onboarding. The investment is government backed. It ensures compliances with banking and foreign exchange laws, and the transparency and regulatory oversight by SBP. So what we are saying is that the 2020 to 2025 Meezan, the RDA 1.0 was launched, and this year we have come up with RDA 2.0. So what 2.0 is offering these accounts to the foreign nationals and to the entities. So again, fully governed by the State Bank of Pakistan. And as I already said, State Bank of Pakistan has been really, very involved, much involved in not only launch of this product, promotion of this product, but monitoring of this product as well. So now, who can open this account? The Pakistani nationals who are, they can open their single or joint account, subject to they live abroad. Then this 2.0 offers that now the foreign nationals, they can now also open account. They can open single accounts and they can open joint account. And thirdly, there are entities which are the corporates, whether they are Pakistani entities having their presence outside, or they are foreign entities. They can also open their accounts, RD account. Okay. This is interesting. The corporates, this is something which is a new addition. The entities who can open account, they may be Pakistani nationals having their presence outside Pakistan, or the foreigners who already they're present there. So only those entities who are in Pakistan, they cannot open this account, but all those Pakistani entities who operate outside Pakistan, they can open their account, and they can avail these investment opportunities. So as I mentioned, it's an enhanced, the RDA scope is for the foreign nationals and for the business account. Now the opening is very simple. It's not very difficult. A customer, if he wants to open an account, he has to visit the website of Meezan Bank, open the form, fill the type. He can open a saving account as well as a current account. When once he choose the saving or current, he fill the online form, he uploads the documents, he accepts the terms and conditions, and then that account is activated within the next 48 hours. And the good news is that for all those RDA customers who are already operating the accounts or who want to open their accounts, we also have a relationship management arrangement for them as well, which means that every customer, every RDA customer will have a relationship manager who would take care of that customer, their needs, their issues, their complaints, and if they have any problems. So that is an additional feature, that none of the customers operate RDA would be left unattended, and everyone will have a relationship manager. So I won't go into details of documentations. I mean, these are documents like we have to, a customer has to submit the CNIC or the NICOP, the passport, the live photograph, FATCA and CRS. These are the few documents are known internationally as well. Proof of profession, proof of NRP status. These are the regular documents. Similarly, for the foreign nationals, a valid foreign passport, FATCA, CRS, and etc. And if an entity wants to open an account, definitely they need certificate of incorporation, memorandum of article association, board of resolutions, and these things which are you can watch these document list on our website as well. Now, once a customer opens an account, what's in it for him? What they can avail? So, number one, they can avail both current or saving account. So they can open a current account or they can open a saving account. These accounts are offered in multi-currency, which means PKR, Pak Rupee, USD, Euro, Great Britain Pound, Saudi Riyal, and UAE Dirham. So there is no tax deducted. So as against those accounts which are opened in Pakistan, they have to, all Pakistanis, they have to submit a tax exemption certificate in order to get that exemption. But for the RDA, the zakat is already exempted, and they do not have to submit any zakat exemption certificate. Then another good feature is that there is no tax, no withholding tax on the profit. If a customer wants to open a saving account, there is no tax on the profit, and there is zero tax. So, and the best part of this account is the feature of repatriation. Any customer who opens an account and if he sends his funds to Pakistan, he can get that fund back whenever he wants without any approval. Without any approval, no approval is required. So he can this repatriation is one of the biggest features of this account, and the customers have tested again and again to get this comfort that this repatriation is allowed and no approval is required. And the activation is fast. As I said, it account can be opened in the next 48 hours, even before that. Now, these were the features. Now, what are the investment opportunities and avenues? Number one, anyone who wants to open an account, he can invest in Islamic Naya Pakistan certificate. These are government issued investment options. And the best part is that the rates offered on these investments are really mind-boggling. I mean, a profit rate of 7.75% on USD, you won't get this rate anywhere. If you invest in even invest in bonds, say Euro bonds or Panda bonds, or anywhere else, if you go for the fixed deposits, the maximum you get is between 3 to 4 and 4.5%. But here the rate which is offered is 7.5% for the USD, and similarly for other currencies as well, these rates are very high. Then a customer who opens an account can also avail Roshan Apni Car, which is a vehicle financing sitting abroad. You can avail this Roshan Apni Car financing, and you can get a car for your near and dear for in Pakistan. Then Roshan Apna Ghar, this is a housing product which means that if you want, you can invest in any residential and commercial property in Pakistan. And again, the repatriation is also allowed. So if you invest, but then if you sell it, you can take the entire amount along with the profit with you. Roshan Equity, as Gadar Sahab already said, this is again a very important avenue for the investment. Anyone sitting outside Pakistan can invest in stock market, can invest in mutual funds, and this is something which is now a game changer, as the foreign nationals can also now invest in the stock market and mutual funds through opening their RD account. Before, historically, there was a Sakra account, and the issue with that account was that the entire amount has to be converted into PKR, and then investment has to be made. But now you have to convert only the amount that requires investment. Otherwise, you can keep that amount in foreign currency. Then Roshan pension plan is also there. That is also offered by Meezan Investment, and definitely the mutual fund already, as mentioned by Gadar sir. Okay. Now let's talk about the Islamic Pakistan certificate. As I said, it's available in 6 currencies. So you can invest in any of these 6 currencies: PKR, USD, GBP, Euro, Saudi Riyal, and Dirham. And it's available in 5 tenures, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 3 and 5 years. Again, fully repatriable. I'm repeating this because this is one of the biggest feature, that you can get your amount whenever you want by disinvesting and taking your amount back. And the tax is very simple. There's only 10% tax on the profit on this investment. And this is again, as I said, if you just look at the rates which are offered, the last rates, you can see for a 12 months Islamic Nia Pakistan certificate, the in PKR the rates are 12.25, which are not available to the Pakistanis living in Pakistan. The rates on dollar is 7.25, GBP 7.5, and all these rates are way above the normal rates which are offered anywhere in the world. As I said, Roshan Apni Kar is a product where account holder can get a car financing for their loved ones in Pakistan through bank financing, and they can avail this opportunity. Roshan Apna Ghar, this is again a very lucrative sort of a product with discounted rates for our RDA account holders, RDA customers. They can buy the residential and commercial properties, and on a repatriable basis. Then Roshan Equity Investment, as already mentioned, Roshan Pension Plan is already there, and this is something which has been a big feature of RDA, Roshan Samaji Khidmat. A lot of Pakistanis living outside Pakistan, they want to send their charities, their zakat to different institutions working in Pakistan, but they didn't have a right channel, and they normally used to send it to their relatives, to their dear and near ones, and who would then send deposit to those NGOs and NPOs. Now, what you can do is by using the app, where all these NGOs, they're already there, their icons already there. You can directly send your donations, your charities, your zakat to these NGOs. There are few which we have mentioned in the slide, and this is something which has been well appreciated by the non-resident Pakistanis living outside Pakistan. That's all from my side. I've tried my level best to just give you an overview of how this account works, what are the features, and especially the RDA 2.0. And we hope that with this new version, we'll have more customers coming in. Those Pakistanis already living outside Pakistan, they would also open their accounts. As I said, we still have around 9 million non-resident Pakistanis who haven't opened their account. So we expect them to open the account. And at the same time, we are also expecting the foreign nationals and the entities to open the accounts, to send their remittances, and to avail these Sharia-compliant investment opportunities. This is all from my side. Over to you, Tala.
Thank you, Raza Bhai, for an insightful presentation about RDA. And no doubt, I agree with you. This is the great product and the great initiative by State Bank of Pakistan regarding Roshan Digital Account, because I recall many overseas Pakistani friends and colleagues generally have a single pain that when they wanted to open an account earlier before RDA, they have to present themselves at the branch level. So it's already ignored in this RDA product. So this is I can easily say this is a genuine success story of any financial product in Pakistan. So before moving forward, I would like to welcome Iqbal Naseem Saab also. Iqbal Naseem Saab also joined, and before Q&A session, I would like to invite Iqbal Saab for a closing session of this webinar. Then we will take Q&A session after Iqbal Saab. So Iqbal Saab, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Tala Saab. As we conclude this exclusive session on Sharia-compliant investment opportunities. I wanted to thank each one of you for your time, engagement, and thoughtful participation. In today's discussion has reaffirmed the growing global confidence in Sharia-aligned investment and the vital role it plays in promoting responsible wealth creation, low-risk financial discipline, and long-term economic stability. Your presence reflects the commitment of overseas Pakistanis and our international friends to explore investment pathways that are both principled and prosperous. I would like Imtiaz Gadar Saab, Chief Executive Officer of Meezan Investment, Mohammad Raza Saab, Group Head, General Service Customer Support, Meezan Bank, and mashallah, he mentioned that he conducted 40 and above webinars on this Russian digital account. Hats off to him, Mohammad Raza Saab, and leading definitely Imtiaz Gadar Saab. And Tala Saab, you are the boss. You conducted this webinar is really very well. In fact, your leadership as a moderator added great value to today's session. In fact, on top of that, as our chairman, Dr. Saeed Kaisaranis, he mentioned that we started in 2004. Then President General Pervez Musharraf, he inaugurated this in Emirates Palace, Abu Dhabi. Our patron chief, His Excellency Mr. Sheikh Nayyan bin Mubarak, and since then our founding president and now chairman, Dr. Saeed Kaisaranis, he has been awarded as a brand ambassador of the Russian digital account and Shariah-compliant by the State Bank of Pakistan, and his efforts towards this success of Russian digital account, Shariah-compliance, and all the product of the Russian digital account. It was really, Dr. Saab, thank you very much for your consistency, your commitment to make this success of this program is highly commendable, in fact. And we will pray for your health and your continuation to make this program more success, and more variety should come in this program, in fact. I wanted to add something over here, that all these programs where the remittance is involved. There's a Sony 30 program, which is loyalty program. Whoever sends money, remit the money to Pakistan, there's a loyalty program called Sony 30 program. So I request that whenever Meezan Bank do this one, so they can tell your people, your customers, that you register with the Sony 30, so you will get back some reward also when you remit the money. And on top of that, this the RDA 2.2, which mentioned Raza Saab, it was really good one. And I really, as our chairman mentioned, that he is really trying hard by his level, not only in UAE, because Pakistan Business and Professional Council works with various business and professional councils, and Dr. Saeed Kaisarani is our chairman. He been a founding member of other business councils as well, and this is and he's playing a very pivotal role in all the business activities, and he is very much respected with the Abu Dhabi Chamber of Commerce and UAE Chamber of Commerce as well. They called him for the advices whenever it's required. In fact, a lot of programs initiated by Abu Dhabi government, and we being a Pakistan Business and Professional Council, UAE, we abide the UAE laws, digital laws, and we ask all the Pakistanis living in UAE and wherever outside in the world, they follow their country rules and regulations, which is very important. And we have to respect the country, and we have to respect the rulers, and we are having a very good time in UAE. Thank you very much, the rulers of UAE, especially Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and the prime ministers and deputy prime ministers, and the crown prince Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Thanks to their commitment to support the Pakistan and Pakistan government all the time. We live in UAE very peacefully. More than 200 communities are living side by side without any issues. Thank you, UAE government, for these things. In fact, the insight have provided a clarity on how Sharia-compliant investment offer ethical transparency, asset-backed security, and strong governance, making them a compelling choice for global investor, which is Mohammad Raza Saab mentioned 2.2 program. In fact, all the at the Pakistan Business Professional Council Abu Dhabi, we remain committed to empowering our community with credible financial knowledge, strengthening Pakistan economic ties, and supporting overseas Pakistanis in making informed, future-focused decisions. With the Expand Roshan digital account, the opportunity is now greater than ever. Overseas Pakistanis, foreign nationals, companies, and institutions can all participate in Pakistan ethical financial ecosystem, a gateway to secure, high value, and digitally accessible investment. As you move forward, I encourage you to continue exploring how these opportunities can support your long-term financial goals while staying aligned with your values. Thank you once again for joining us. May this session inspire confident, informed, and prosperous investing. Thank you very much. Pakistan Zindabad. Over to you, Tala Saab.
Thank you, Iqbal Naseem Saab, for your closing note. Now I have a very clear idea why PBPC has become a vital institution and a vital voice for Pakistani community in UAE. So once again, thank you, Iqbal Saab. Now we will move forward to the Q&A session. We have received many questions, and I will direct relevant question to our respected speaker. So from the first question, I will take from Mr. Azizul Haq Saab. Does Meezan have any plan to launch US dollar denominated mutual funds or other USD investment products, especially for overseas Pakistanis seeking foreign currency investment opportunities? So Imtiaz Saab, I am directing this question to you.
So, I mean, again, we'll have to look at the regulatory landscape and how it goes. Honestly, in recent times, if you look at how the currencies behaved, we've also not had too much of demand for USD currency denominated things because the Pakistan currency has held up well. Having said that, obviously, as you know, in Pakistan, obviously, the foreign exchange regime will have to be seen in terms of how much of a regulatory space can be allowed. What happens in Pakistan is, then what we've done is that, for example, we have an energy sector fund where we've seen that energy company profitability moves positively correlated with the devaluation. So those are the kind of avenues that we have introduced so far. We are looking into different possibilities of how we can come up with more tailored products. And thank you for that feedback. We'll also look at what space is available within the regulatory framework to be able to come up with something of this sort.
Thank you, Desab. Then a question from Rao Mohammad Aurangzeb Saab. If an overseas Pakistani invest in mutual fund through RDA and he's not a filer, what will be the CGT for him? Rao Saab, regarding your question, for RDA investors in mutual fund, government allow and permitted that that we can treat them as a filer. So for a filer, capital gain tax in mutual fund is 15%. And if you opt for the dividend, then there is a dividend tax is 25%. But you will be treated as a filer, not non-filer. तो इसके बाद if overseas Pakistani invest in mutual fund through RDA online, will Al Meezan investment charges any front end load on their investment? For this question, Rao Saab, obviously different products have different loads and some products have no load. But digitally, whenever you invest, then the load will be deducted in terms of 50% with 50% discount. So there will be a load, but in some fund there will be no load. इसके बाद जो सवाल है इसमें आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट रजा साहब वली साहब का एक सवाल है, डज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान हैव एनी टैक्स ट्रीटी between Pakistan and Australia to prevent double taxation in terms of RDA bank account?
Say again, क्या कहा आपने?
Does government of Pakistan have any tax treaty between Pakistan and in Australia to prevent double taxation in terms of RDA bank account?
नहीं, as far as I know, there's no such treaty. लेकिन बहरहाल, if there's a suggestion, we may pass on this suggestion to the relevant team, and they may look into it.
Okay, thank you. फिर मीर मोहम्मद साहब का सवाल, is it possible for participants to get a recording of the session? Please send your email to our email address info@almeezangroup.com. We will share, inshallah. Then there is a question from Mr. Ahmed Saab. I think already Raza Saab brief in his presentation. He asked, Ahmed Saab asked that is there an option of RDA in RDA about housing finance and car ijara?
Yes, absolutely. These two products are available for the RDA customers, and the good news is that they are available at discount rates. Discount which is available not to the resident Pakistanis, but these are special discounts available to the non-resident Pakistanis availing the RDA the product. Continuing with this, let me tell you one thing. Which I personally feel that is a special feature when we talk about Islamic banking and Islamic mutual fund, that the RDA is offered by 15 different banks across the network. But Alhamdulillah, Meezan Bank, being an Islamic bank, we have a share of more than 18% as far as number of accounts are concerned. And if you talk about the remittance, the amount which has inflowed, it's around 30%. So almost 3.8 billion out of 13 billion it came through Meezan Bank, which is a clear testament of the comfort which the Pakistanis living abroad they have on Meezan Bank and on Islamic banking. And I personally feel this is something which we are really glad to announce. And we really want all our customers to promote the Islamic banking, because Islamic banking is the future. Inshallah ta'ala, within the next few years, we will see Islamic banking all around. But Meezan Bank has been the torchbearer. We have really set the tone, and Alhamdulillah, that tone is now almost everywhere. So this is something which we all should be proud of, and we should really promote Islamic banking. And of course, we would say Meezan Bank as being the largest Islamic bank in Pakistan.
Ji, thank you, Raza Saab. There is one more question from Mr. Safi. How to open a mutual fund account from UAE? For this question, I would like to clarify that you can very easily open your mutual fund account with just through clicks. First, you have to open your RDA bank account at Meezan Bank. When you open your Meezan Bank RDA account, then you can easily invest in the RDA mutual fund in Al Meezan Investments. Then last question is from Mr. Mir Mohammed Saab. Please also clarify, if one invests 5 crore in PKR and IPC for 5 years at current 11.50 rate, it's early withdrawal. So what is that charges if one want to withdraw investment prematurely, not complete full 5 years? रजा साहब, ये मेरे ख्याल में इन्वेस्टमेंट सर्टिफिकेट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सवाल है.
इसमें what will happen कि अगर if you are not able to complete the tenure, so and you say get it premature after 1 year, so the 1 year rate for that product will be applied. So there are no charges. Basically, the rate would be adjusted according to the tenure which you have completed.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. I think we have covered all the questions. Or if anyone wanted to ask any more questions, then please send your email to our email address at info@almeezangroup.com. Or you can also connect with the Meezan Bank website if you wanted to ask any question regarding the RDA bank account. So now to close today's session, I would like to thank all the participants from UAE, from around the world, from Pakistan, and all the respected speaker, Dr. Kaisar Ali Saab, Chairman PBPC, then Mr. Muhammad Iqbal Naseem Saab, the President of PBPC, Muhammad Raza Poonawala Saab, the Group Head, Customer Support and General Services from Meezan Bank, and Imtiaz Gadar Saab, the Chief Executive Officer of Al Meezan Investment. So inshallah sooner we will.
I have one statement.
जी जी.
I'm addressing to all the participants कि इससे अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी कभी भी कहीं नहीं है to generate profit, and especially with Meezan Investment. मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है ओवरसीज पाकिस्तानीज को कि ये और लोगों को भी कहें, अपने दोस्त फॉरेनर्स को भी कहें, और कंपनियों के भी कहें जहाँ काम करते हैं, इतना रिटर्न कहीं नहीं मिलता. Look at it the way things are presented by our CEO Imtiaz Saab and Raza Saab, and what a great organization you are, and you have a name not for yesterday, for long many decades you are doing it, and it is an opportunity for them, I must say. आप ये देखें, अल्लाह मियाँ की तरफ से बड़ी रहमत है कि हम लोग एक्सपोर्ट पे जिंदा होते थे, एक्सपोर्ट होती थी. अब क्या ये पाकिस्तानी ओवरसीज की रिमिटेंस है जो हमारी 38 बिलियन और 40 बिलियन पे पहुंची है, और अब उस पर डिपेंडेंस हो रहा है. मतलब वो एक तरह की डिपेंडेंस हो गई अनफॉर्चुनेटली, और उस पर एक्सपोर्ट जो 25 बिलियन से आगे नहीं जाती. बट अब मैनेजमेंट सही है कि आपकी इंपोर्ट विद इन दैट ब्रैकेट होनी चाहिए. लेकिन अगर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान ये प्रमोट करे सिर्फ रोशन, बिकॉज ओनली 1 मिलियन अकाउंट खोलें, जैसे आप लोग ने मेंशन किया 1 मिलियन, यहाँ 1 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोग बाहर बैठे हैं. अगर इसको सारी एम्बेसी, सारे कौंसल खाने इसको मेहनत करें इस पे, और आपके पास 14-15 बैंक हैं जो मेहनत करें, तो ये अगर 50% पे लाएं, हम ये चले जाएंगे. हमें जरूरत ही भी नहीं किसी चीजों की. हमको ये 1 बिलियन मांगने के लिए आते हैं, कंट्रियों में जाते हैं, भी वो सही नहीं है. वी शुड नॉट डू दैट, ऑल दिस थिंग. वी शुड वर्क फॉर दिस टू अपना पैसा खुद ला सकते हैं ये लोग, और दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, स्पेशली स्किल्ड एंड स्किल्ड. वी शुड नॉट सेंड अनस्किल्ड पीपल. मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया, शुक्र उन्होंने बैन किया. अगर हम अपने पाकिस्तानी स्किल्ड लोगों को भेजें तो ये 38 बिलियन है, ये 60 बिलियन 70-80 बिलियन पे पहुंच जाएंगे. तो मैं 2 चीज को एम्फसाइज कर रहा हूँ. एक तो आपकी रेमिटेंस अच्छी हो जाती है, दूसरी आपका ये क्या नाम है, आरडीए के थ्रू आपके पास बहुत पैसा, जो बहुत अच्छा है इकोनॉमिक. जो हमारे 3 मिलियन बच्चे निकल रहे हैं हर साल, तो उनको नौकरियां मिल जाएंगी. तो दैट्स ए ग्रेट थिंग. आई रियली थैंक यू फॉर conducting this, and this will be added for the Pakistan government, and I thank State Bank of Pakistan for starting this scheme. I'm very proud for Governor Saab, Jamil Saab. He is doing a great work there, and the person being prior to them. I really thank everyone, and thank you very much, and continue this effort. I think you are a great institution. Thank you very much from Pakistan Business Professional Council and our board members and everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Certainly, जो आपने बातें की है बिल्कुल पॉजिटिवली I agree with you. So Jazakallah everyone. इंशाल्लाह फिर आप लोगों से दोबारा मिलते हैं इसी तरह के सेशन के साथ. Thank you जी. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Talha
Nice words. Thank you, Talha. Thank you, Imtiaz Saab.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Iqbal Saab. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Pakistan Zindabad. Thank you.
Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you.